Following his accident, Bear was confined to the passenger rungs with Annie and Cannonball.
Perhaps a slower pace will remind you to take care.
Yes, sir.
Ah, cheer up, lad. At least being mixed traffic means you can still work. Imagine if you were strictly a goods engine. Bear smiled. But from another corner of the shed, Dudley listened with intent.
Strictly a goods engine.
Gordon was feeling unwell. He struggled valiantly on, not wanting to disappoint the passengers. However, it was clear he needed maintenance.
Oh, you poor thing. It's most admirable to push yourself to such limits. Certainly wouldn't get that from any diesel. I always longed for a chance at an express run of my own. But alas, my class only ever pulled goods. Work is work, mind you, but it would be superb to coast along with coaches for once. I suppose I'll never get my chance. The other railways certainly wouldn't provide such an opportunity.
The Express certainly has the proving stone, Dudley. And I am surprised, especially with your grand design, that you've never pulled a passenger train before. Why, I must say, you almost look as good as me. But it is a shame about the other railway not allowing you the chance to have your moment in the sun.
Well, lucky you're not on the other railway then. I would normally take the express in Gordon's absence. However, I'm needed for the children's summer special whilst Thomas is away. But I'm sure you could have a try. What do you say, Bear?
Bear was hoping a good express run would put him back in the Fat Controller's good graces. However, he feared being painted the villain if he denied Dudley's wish.
I don't see why not. I'm sure you'll manage well.
Oh, most kind of you to offer, my friend. I only hope the Fat Controller will agree.
And indeed he did. Dudley shared express duties with the others and managed swimmingly. Then the weather changed. The sky turned gloomy and grey. Mercifully, the rain was light. But one morning, the yard manager brought worrying news.
Heavy rainfall in the forecast today. A temporary speed restriction will be placed on the main line. So mind yourselves. And where's Dudley?
He's gone to the station, sir. The express will be leaving soon.
Bother! He needs to know about the restriction.
Not to worry. I'm off to collect Annie and Clarabelle. I'll give him the message.
The yard manager tipped his cap in thanks and walked away. Dudley was sizzling happily when Bear rolled up at the station.
There's a speed restriction due to the rain. You best...
I'll manage just fine, thank you.
Excuse me?
I was built for fast services, I didn't survive wartime by crawling along in them. A little rain won't impede my work.
This isn't about your work. It's about our passengers' safety.
Yes, well, given your little maneuver the other day, you hardly qualify to preach about safety.
Dudley chortled away, leaving Bear brooding. Percy was waiting on the far line with the post train and Toad in supply. You see, Mr. Percy?
I do indeed, Toad. What do we do?
Nothing. Let's just lay low for a while and see what else happens. Wet weather loosens soil on the hillsides along the tracks. This in turn creates potential for landslides. Mrs. Kindly had saved Thomas from one many years ago. But the main line wasn't lucky enough to have its own Mrs. Kindly. As such, speed restrictions were enacted to stop engines from crashing into any shifted earth. Dudley didn't care for the speed limit. He thundered along with the express, determined to prove himself.
2 big engines down. Now, to get rid of that pesky diesel.
If Dudley hadn't been so busy scheming, he might have heard the rumbling of the hillsides ahead. The heavy rain had worked its magic, and the soil was ready for a mad dash towards the rails. The driver was first to notice. Yoicks! Dudley broke from his thoughts to see the earth tumbling down the hillside.
We'll never stop in time. More steam. Now!
The driver threw open the regulator. Dudley's side rods blurred and his wheels pounded the rails.
Come on!
He flew past just in time. The earth clattered down behind the last coach, blocking the way. But it was safe. At the station, the passengers flooded the platform and swarmed around the station master.
Your engine is a hero!
He shot off like a cannonball and saved us.
I'll be sure to tell the Fat Controller. Dudley smirked. But on his return to the shed, the greeting was far from warm.
Speed restrictions are not optional, Dudley. You may be used to fast work, but that's no excuse to gamble with the lives of our passengers.
Speed restrictions, sir? I wasn't aware of such a thing.
Bear told you at the station, did he not?
It was most unfortunate that Bear hadn't returned in time to defend himself.
I'm afraid not, sir. Though I'm hardly surprised. He's been ever so jealous since I started taking the express.
The Fat Controller looked gravely at Dudley, then back to the yard manager.
We shall investigate this, as you did save the passengers from disaster, and forgive this instance of a violation. However, future restrictions are to be followed. Is that clear?
Crystal, sir.
When Bear returned, the sheds were in uproar.
Why are you so threatened by Dudley?
Never thought you'd stoop this low. Thomas said you were different from other Diesels, but I suppose you deceived him too.
I didn't. I came by to the station just before you left, didn't I, Dudley?
Such a shame. I honestly hoped you were different.
Bear was mortified. He felt helpless and wanted more than anything for Thomas to return.
Perhaps I don't belong here after all.
And he went sadly to sleep.